Talk is a logistics company. Could you just explain what logistics is?
Logistics is about the efficient and implementation of movement of stock and storage of goods between one point to another, based on the specific requirements of a customer.
So what do you look for in new recruits?
I think all the managers look for people who's keen, who's willing to work as part of the team, and also who's prepared to get up early in the morning and know that they're going to go home late at night, you know.
So how would young people go about looking for vacancies within Talk?
I think there's a number of different ways we recruit as a business. One is through local job centres. Occasionally we'll recruit through. We'll also recruit through local employment agencies.
What do you like to see in applications and what don't you like to see as much of?
You know what, it's very simple, to be honest. I think there's somebody that actually took the time to actually fill out and answer every question as comprehensively as they could. I don't see a lot of sometimes is care and attention that people really need to take.
Can you give us an insight into the application process?
So when we do see somebody that applies, initially they'll sometimes be brought in for an initial chat. It's quite informal, nothing too formal. You come in for a 5-10 minute conversation to just have a little look at yourself, and have an idea of who you are. And if we want to progress that further, then there might be a small test, which again people are frightened of, and there is no reason to be frightened of that because we don't recruit people on the basis that they complete and answer every question. Yeah. We really don't. And I think it's again, people think that if I don't get them right, I won't get the job, and that's not the case because that's why we have a very small informal interview, because we can tell a lot by somebody by meeting them.
Can you give us an example of what sort of questions you'd ask in an interview?
What motivates you? What makes you get out of bed in the morning? Are you keen to work? Is it something that you really want to do? What interests me is when people show interest in the company.
What does your work involve? What's a typical day like?
Our work involves bringing stuff in from overseas. When we bring it into the UK, we store it here in our warehouse. We bring stuff like garments. Sometimes it has to be reprocessed in our warehouse as well. We have to deal with clients a lot on the phone. We have to do what they want us to do. Ask them about deliveries, where we want it to go.
How did you get your job?
I actually got it through the job centre. I saw it there advertised. My granddad worked here at the time, so I filled in an application form, gave it to him, and he brought it in, and I got it.
What training have you had?
I've had a lot of training, AEO training and stuff about security. Just basic import training as well. That's it at the minute.
How did you see your future career?
Hopefully progressing as much as I can, seeing how I go in the company, just working hard, and hopefully, you never know, might get to be a manager one day.
What advice would you give to young people wanting to get into this sort of work?
Give it a go, attempt it and just give it a go. It started off really hard for me. I didn't think I'd ever get anywhere in the company, but I have progressed quite a lot recently, so it's worth giving it a try.